Alrighty, folks, we are continuing our series of boring businesses that might be right for you. Today, we're going to talk about drywall repair. Can you imagine any business more boring, but frankly, needed? And maybe this will be the right one for you. Bo, what do you got?
All right, so we're going to show, let me pull up my PowerPoint real quick here. All right. Uh, Guys, I like this business. I like a lot. And I'm going to dive into why I like it a lot. First of all, for one territory, the investment range is, let me go full screen real quick. The investment range is 87,350 to 112,850. And when we talk about investment range, we're talking about franchise fee, first couple months of working capital, your lease for your truck, your marketing budget. That's the kind of all-in get started investment ranges when we talk about. This particular franchise, they're item 19. So anytime you look at a franchise, after you have your initial conversation with the franchisor, they're going to email you a copy of the FDD, which is a franchise disclosure document. In the document, there's a couple hundred pages, but there's 23 items. Item 19 is where they will put their financials in, and some franchises that are just starting aren't going to be as detailed, but their item 19 for 2023 in their first quartile, average gross revenue 502,127, average labor expenses 151,346, average materials 62,656. Average cost of goods 214. So basically average gross profit was 288,124. So that's what you would see in an FDD. They're going to go over that in detail with you. So why do I like this business? Non-brick and mortar, low investment range. If we're talking about 100 grand, we can get you into a franchise like this for about 10 or 12 grand out of pocket. This is a business many of you can. Now remember, you're not going to be the one repairing. I mean, you could be an owner operator, but most people are doing this as a semi-involved business model where you're managing. You could almost be semi-passive in this. In that regard, you have to hire a face of the business. So they would need somebody as a face of the business, and that person would need to have some kind of vested interest, like profit share at least, a minimum. So, but I would say you'd be semi-involved in this business. Home improvement industry is a $394 billion industry. It's projected to hit $465 billion by 2023. Their niche is really small drywall repair, right? So where are they getting business? They have a call center at their corporate that routes calls and books appointments for you. They're doing SEO, Google My Business, all that stuff and more. And then you as an operator, you're going to build relationships with people like plumbers and electricians. You know why? Because none of them do drywall repair. Mm-hmm. So there's no job too small for this business. The average, I'm not sure exactly what the average ticket price is, but basically the way home service businesses operate, you start with one truck, one technician. You build them up until they are completely booked up. Right before, I would say once they're almost booked up, you'd start looking for another technician, another truck. And then where are you getting these technicians? Well, a lot of the people that work for these big home builders and stuff that do the drywall, that's a very tiring job. This is a lot easier for them, and they're going to make the same money or even better money. So you can pull people from that are doing like the big jobs to do this because it's just a lot easier on them. Because after years of doing drywall, you're going to be pretty burnt out. So this is an easier job for them. And so basically you're going in, you're patching up, you're matching paint, you're cleaning the place. They have some proprietary tools where they do, dust-free drywall repair. So you're not making a big mess. They do same-day repairs. Really a simple business model. Most people that come into this, they're not going to just buy one territory. They're going to buy two or three. So they own their local market. That would be the game plan on a business like this. I talked about industry size, 394 billion. It's growing, of course. It's a booming industry. No job too small, quick and easy estimates. They have proprietary software. They have a point of sale system, same day service, satisfaction guarantee program. You can run it as an owner operator, executive model, investor model. We can get into detail on that if you're interested in a brand like this. Ideal owners, desire to learn and grow, hands-on construction background. That would be, obviously if you have it, that would be great, but you're going to hire for that. Passion for serving the community, strong work ethic. You like to do the work, values outstanding customer service. They have 153 territories sold, maybe more at this time. They have 123 open so far. They're in 30 states. Franchise fee. So a franchise fee is based on territories. So one territory is $49.5. If you did a 2-pack, we call them 2 territories, $79,500. 3-pack, $109,500. So for one territory, you're looking at an investment range between $87,000 to $112,000. Good franchise model. But yeah, that's another boring business. Simple. You can run it as a semi-absentee. Actually the rep that I talked to that does the franchise development, he actually owns 3 territories of the franchise.
Oh,
and
I
his
love
wife,
that.
his wife runs the business. So
Oh, I love that.
right. So you don't, and he's not a handy guy. So you don't need that. So guys, there's a lot of these business models out there for $100,000 all in investment. You can see there's money to be made. And you're not the one that's doing the drywall repair. So
Yeah,
just put
and
your,
again, the other thing that we need to hit on is people hear you say 100,000 3 or 4 different times, and like, dude, I don't have 100,000. You don't need 100,000. That's why the concierge to small business lending is here. You need significantly less than that.
yeah. If it's an approved franchise with the bank, one of the banks I work with, they fund 90%, 90% of total cost.
And
Yeah.
and if I remember correctly, you could go get that 10,000 from an investor as long as they own less than 20%, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Look at
I
that.
mean,
I'm paying attention. I'm paying
just,
attention, Bo.
yeah, just think about this. Like, here's just an idea for you, Zuber. Like, I know like your handyman guy, I've met him at your events. Like, you could be like, you could find a guy like that and like, look, I want to give you an opportunity, and I'm also going to, reap the rewards out of this. Let's partner up. You have your handyman business. Well, let's run this franchise, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can bring in operators and give them equity ownership in this business. Like, think like an entrepreneur, guys. Think like an entrepreneur. That's what I'm like totally, putting my hat on. Just like how my wife invested in the Marina restaurant. We're not operating it, but we're investors, right? Like, and we're reaping the rewards. So I eventually could see myself doing more of that. Like, I know an investor group, that's what they do. They invest in different franchises. They bring in operators, like up and coming rising stars, and then they invest in them and they give them ownership into the business, right? They work their way into ownership into the business. So guys, if you start thinking about this, like we on Zuber's channel, we talk about creative deal structure. This is the same thing. Let's structure creative deals. Like, seriously.
Yeah, folks, again, I think again, if you follow my channel, you know that I think we are in a recession. Even if we're not in one is coming. A lot of you are very dependent on your W-2 as your sole source of income. I think you should at least have a conversation. Maybe take the what is it called? Zoracle? Figure
Yeah,
out
I
what's
call it
right
an
for you.
entrepreneurial assessment. Yeah, it's a
There you
Zoracle
go.
profile. Yeah.
Yeah, Zoracle profile. Just to have the conversation. Well, if they wanted to reach out and talk about drywall, vending, anything else, how would they do that?
Just go to onerentalmeeting.com. It's that simple, guys. I'll spend 30 minutes with you. We'll just, I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what kind of business I want to invest in. And that's why I tell you, look, even I get so many people that watch Cody Sanchez and they're like, I'm going to buy a boring business.
Yeah.
And then I say, come talk to us. Let us take you through our discovery process. Keep on looking at acquiring businesses. Even what Cody Sanchez just did. What did she just do? She invested in ResiBrand, a franchise.
Genius move.
Right? Because she knows not everybody is cut out to own an existing business. Some people need a little bit more handholding. And even like experienced entrepreneurs that own their own businesses, that started their own business, they invest in franchises too because they like the business model, they like the systems and processes. So like now I think Cody Sanchez has changed her tune
a little
bit. So she's not just going to be like, oh, buy an existing business, add value. No, she's going to say, oh, well, Yeah, have you thought
Yeah.
about a franchise?
Exactly, exactly. Bo, you're amazing, man. Thank you for all you do. Again, onerentalmeeting.com. He has a URL just for this channel. Ping it, get your 15, 30 minutes, have fun. Bo, you're amazing. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Mhm.